back inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go from Houston. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go.
First carry for Joe Mixon. Only a gain of 1 on the game's opening play.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Third and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Throwing right away is Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, Allen. Throw is caught by Cooper on the right side. And And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Allen on third down. That's to Cooper again. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Buffalo.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Throwing again, it's Allen. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. And he's in. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. He fields it at the 8. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Dell motioning over. On 1st down, it's Stroud. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Well, they just try a very short throw, and instead, the defense takes it back the other way, and they come up with a big play, scoring the touchdown.
Mike, for how fast he jumped that route, it almost seems like he was in the huddle and ran the route for the quarterback. I mean, he was there before the receiver, and as you said, there was nothing left to do but take it all the way back the other way.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Dell motioning over. On 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Bills have got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Cook. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll motion over Samuel. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Now he takes off. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books.
Texans
The Bills with the early advantage. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's caught downfield by Cooper. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Allen to the air. That's caught. It's Amari. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Bass's kick is good. And the Bills stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
At their own 29-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Oh, ready?
From the gun, here's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 22-yard line.
Now Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
crowd to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's incomplete. Daring call on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. He'll get this right to the 20-yard line. Daniil Hunter with the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. The tight end Kincaid in motion. From the gun, Josh Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Stroud to throw here on first down. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. It's second down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And now it's fourth down.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
All right.
On fourth down, Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off, it's DeMar Hamlin. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Jimmy Ward that time shuts it down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
They'll run with Cook. Down the sideline, past the 45. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Bills first down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. So now they'll throw it with Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They'll motion over Samuel. Now Allen on 1st down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
This defense is able to get the hold here on 1st down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4th down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
On 3rd and goal, here's Allen. To the goal line and in. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the 1st half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Makes the score Bills 27, Texans nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Pierce for the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans are able to edge a bit closer. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. That's complete to Coleman. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter.
Bills 27, Texans 7.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Allen will throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And he will go all the way. Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Bills. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
The Texans First down.
Stroud going to set up to throw. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Oh, and
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Schultz.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
A second down throw for Stroud. And he'll take it on in. Take down. Touchdown, Texans. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans are able to cut into the deficit. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll motion over Samuel. They'll go play action here with Allen. That's going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire. You talk about the opportune time. The defense helps close the gap. A huge play to make this one a closer game.
Yeah, and anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, you're looking for that spark. And boy, did the defense provide it. Not only creating the turnover, they take it back for 6, and they get themselves right back into this game.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans are able to edge a bit closer. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Here's a handoff to Cook. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down to Buffalo.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard. So right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Here's a 2nd and 9. Cooper going in motion. They'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for, and that'll set up 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team. The veteran Robert Woods goes back to return. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
All right. Why, Tony?
From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Frankly, Mike, a disaster. And I don't know how else to classify it. I mean, that's now 5 turnovers, 3 coming through the air. You're just not going to win games at this level playing and giving the ball away.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. Throw is caught by Cooper on the right side. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
At the 6-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Here's Cook. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
A short throw caught by Kincaid. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills tack on one more to their lead.
Texans 21. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now, Stroud. Looking downfield, he's got Schultz, the tight end. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Here we go. One final play. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And the Bills are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So a road win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.